There'll be a mic going around for questions and answers later on. Let's start with you, Rajamouli garu. Um, this is a story dreamed up by your father and yourself. So, uh, how did this begin?
Uh, uh, it's been 5 years, quite difficult to remember where it actually began. Um, yeah, I would like to, but I think I need to speak in English because it needs to go to a lot of people.
You can answer in Telugu and English.
Okay.
Telugu with subtitles.
Okay, I'll try to answer in both the languages. Well, actually, I don't know where it actually started. Probably it started where I started reading comics in Amar Chitrakada or the Ramayanas and Mahabharatas that were told in my childhood. I don't know whether it started there or when it started, when my father started narrating the characters of Bahubali, not even the story, the characters of Shivagami, Bahubali, Kattappa, Bhallal, they were all these characters. But once the characters were narrated, the characters gave me an electrifying sensation when he narrated the characters. So the whole idea of the film was to give the audience the same kind of sensation that my father gave me when he narrated the characters. చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి చదివిన అమర చిత్రకథలో లేకపోతే మా నాన్నమ్మ గారు ఇచ్చిన బాలభారతాలు రామాయణం అక్కడ స్టార్ట్ అయిందో లేదంటే నాన్నగారు బాహుబలి సినిమా కథ కాదండి, ముందు క్యారెక్టర్లు చెప్పారు. శివగామి కానీ, భల్లాల్ దేవుడు కానీ, కట్టప్ప కానీ, బాహుబలి కానీ క్యారెక్టర్లు. కథ చెప్పకముందు ఆ క్యారెక్టర్లు చెప్పినప్పుడు నాకు ఏదైతే సెన్సేషన్ కలిగిందో, నాకు ఏదైనా ఫీలింగ్ కలిగిందో అదే ఆడియన్స్కి, నా ఆడియన్స్ కూడా అదే ఫీలింగ్ కలిగించాలి, అదే సెన్సేషన్ కలిగించాలన్న ప్రయత్నమే ఈ 5 సంవత్సరాల బాహుబలి జర్నీ.
So, jumping over to Shobhu, now this is a man with an epic vision, and an epic vision needs an epic budget, and the total budget of these two films combined is in Indian rupees 450 crores, or in UK currency is 54 million pounds. In American dollars, it's $70 million. So, and that's a huge risk for any producer. So, what made you decide to take that risk? Because before that, Arca Media Works, your company, had done a couple of films and some television, but this was a leap into the unknown.
Right. It didn't start out like 450 crores, right? Or $70 million. If it did start out that way, we wouldn't have started the project. But the thing was, we wanted to do a large canvas project, and we wanted to do it on a big budget, and we were prepared for it. But once we entered, we realized that what we thought, what we could achieve with the money was not sufficient, because you can't, because the scale was, his imagination was much bigger than what we had. But you can't stop midway. You can't really stop midway. And when also along the way you knew the results and you knew what we were seeing, and we knew that it was going to be one of a kind. So that kept us going. So I think that's where we kept going and went all the way to the end, saw it to the end.
But weren't you afraid of the risk?
The first part, yeah, there's definitely, there is, you're afraid, but I guess you need to put it aside and keep going. You can't pull the plug in the middle of it. It's all or nothing at some point. Yeah.
So, Keeravani garu, now we've just talked about the epic vision, and the epic vision is completely powered by your music. So when Rajamouli garu met you for the first time for the Bahubali films, what was his brief to you? What was your conversation? Can you share it with us?
Thank you very much. Yeah. Apart from giving music to this epic film Bahubali, I gave Rajamouli advice when he asked me for an advice whether to go ahead with two parts or just as a single movie. I voted for single movie only because a film with this scale involving many artists and many technicians could possibly face any kind of hurdles unforeseen. So to avoid that, I voted for just a single part, one movie. But somehow that didn't take off. Finally, it was made into two parts, for which I am very happy. For the first time, I'm feeling very happy that my judgment was wrong. Not wrong, but it didn't happen. Because of this conclusion and beginning, because it made it two parts, now this kind of response, this kind of achievement had happened. That's, making it into two parts also, it played a major role. That's what I believe. Keeping it aside, Rajamouli wanted me to give world music, not confining to any classical music or any single genre, because it has to reach the world audience. That's what I might have thought. So keeping it aside, I wanted to prepare a catchy phrase, like when the large country like India was struggling for freedom, it required a catchy phrase like Vande Mataram to unite all the people of diversity to stand in one union, as one union. So I thought, apart from giving music to various kinds of emotions and scenes, I need a catchy phrase. So I came up with Haisa Rudrasa. Haisa means it's praising. Rudrasa is it indicates aggressiveness. So aggressively, the character is coming up, and you need to aggressively praise it. The aggressiveness brought us to this far, and we stand in front of you. And strategically, I used that phrase in the pre-release function also. I made the audience sing Haisa Rudrasa, bringing them into tune much before the release of the movie. And I am very happy you enjoyed the music, including the Haisa Rudrasa, which you are going to sing along with me right now. Haisa Rudrasa. Thank you very much. When I expected you to repeat Haisa, but you sang Rudrasa. That means you are very much in advancedly connected with me. So thank you very, very, very much. Thank you.
Not going to sing anymore?
भली 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 राभली साहोरे बाहुबली जय हारति नीके पट्टाली पट्टाली भुवनालन्नी जय कोट्टाली गगनाले छत्रम पट्टाली है सा रुद्रसा है सरभद्र समुद्रसा है सा रुद्रसा है सरभद्र समुद्रसा. Thank you very much.
So coming to Devasena herself. So when Rajamouli garu met you for the first time for Bahubali, what did he tell you? Was there a narration, or did you just say, where do I sign up?
I would have definitely signed the movie without a narration also, to work with Rajamouli garu again. But of course we had a narration, and that's a narration I would never ever forget, because he took me through all the emotions. I think all the emotions that the audience are seeing today in the movie, that's all the emotions that I went through when I was taking the narration. I got tears in my eyes, I had goosebumps. There were times which, there's so many moments which, there's so much of anger. All of it, I saw it in that one narration.
Yeah. Do you want to speak in Telugu? You can, these are powerful mics, so you don't need to lean forward.
First time narration తీసుకున్నప్పుడు యాక్చువల్లీ ఈరోజు మీరు ఫిల్మ్ చూసినప్పుడు మీకు ఏ ఫీలింగ్స్ వచ్చాయో మనకు ఫస్ట్ థ్యాంక్ యూ. ఆ సేమ్ ఫీలింగ్ బల్లాల్ దేవల్ని చంపాలని, అమరేంద్ర బాహుబలి మీద అంత ట్రస్ట్, ఆ ప్రేమ, శివగామి పైన ఒక కసి కాదండి, అభిమానం, అండ్ దాంట్లో దెర్ వాజ్ దట్ కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్, కానీ రెస్పెక్ట్. అండ్ సో నేను కూడా మూవీ ఫస్ట్ డే చూసినప్పుడు ఐ రిమెంబర్ నెరేషన్ మొత్తం నాకు గుర్తు వచ్చింది. సో వీ హ్యావ్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ అస్, ఐ గెస్ వీ ఆల్ హ్యావ్ టు థ్యాంక్ రాజమౌళి గారు ఫర్ దట్.
So, staying with you, Anushka, the role is two completely different ones. It's the same character, but one is that of an imprisoned mother, and the other one is that of a feisty warrior princess. So, what did you do to prepare for this role?
Prepare for this role, I think I'll finish my English first and then come to Telugu. See, the basic thing was, first, before we started shoot also, we went through there was a lot of homework which was done by the team, from the costumes to the makeup test. They had they had sketches done to make sure we get the look right. And before I started doing my trials, Rajamouli garu and the rest of the team, Rama Rajamouli garu, Prashanti, all of them are here. The makeup artists, we had some makeup artists who came from all over to try those prosthetics. And then tarvata we did a few trials, and eventually for part 1, I remember, because the way the Westerners age and the way we age, we found a difference, and we didn't want to show age, we wanted to show that withered look. So eventually we had a person, our company makeup artist Naidu, who did the makeup for the part 1. So I think we went through a lot of trial and errors for that. And again, I would want to say the conviction of having to play a mother, it was all because of Rajamouli garu. And I have to tell this to everyone. That's one thing I realized when I was shooting, and I told that, I think I've told it to Rajamouli garu and to Prabhas also. I said, at no point can anyone enact the role of a mother till you really have a child. There were times when I was playing that character, and where you see your son after so many years, I always thought deep within that I hope I'm doing justice, because I don't think what a mother would feel being separated from a child and seeing a child after so many years, I don't think it's something which one can enact. I think that's each mother's feeling. Pardon? I'm sure. ఏంటండి, డీగ్లామర్ కాదండి అదొక.
So we'll come back. We'll open it to the audience in a bit. So, but as you say, that was a very powerful scene when you're in chains and you sense the presence of your son in part 1. So that had the entire cinema, where I watched it in Hyderabad, completely on their feet. So coming back to you, Rajamouli garu, let's talk about the people who are not here, who couldn't make it today. The rest of the film, all the other characters except Bahubali were written as characters in the script, but Bahubali himself was written specifically for Prabhas, and it was designed for Prabhas. So how did that process happen?
ఇంతకుముందు చెప్పినట్టు నాన్నగారు ముందు శివగామి క్యారెక్టర్ చెప్పారండి, తర్వాత కట్టప్ప, తర్వాత భల్లాల్ దేవుడు, తర్వాత అన్ని క్యారెక్టర్లు ఫామ్ అయిన తర్వాత లాస్ట్లో ఫార్మ్ అయిన క్యారెక్టర్ బాహుబలి. ప్రభాస్తో నేను ఛత్రపతి సినిమా ఆల్రెడీ చేసున్నాను. మా ఇద్దరి మధ్యన ఒక బాండేజ్ ఏర్పడింది. కూర్చొని కబుర్లు చెప్పడం మొదలు పెట్టుకుంటే ఇద్దరం రాత్రి తెల్లారిపోతూ ఉండేది. వీ యూస్ టు టాక్ అబౌట్ ఫిల్మ్స్, వీ యూస్ టు టాక్ అబౌట్ లైఫ్, వీ యూస్ టు టాక్ అబౌట్ వాట్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డూ విత్ అవర్ రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ అవర్ లైఫ్స్. అలా ఎక్కువ సార్లు మాట్లాడుకుంటూ ఉండేవాళ్ళం. సో సమ్వేర్ అరౌండ్ దట్ టైమ్, ఇంకా కథ చెప్పకముందే నేను ఇలాగ ఒక హ్యూజ్ స్కేల్ వార్ ఫిల్మ్ ఐ వాంట్ టు డూ, అందులో నువ్వు ప్రొటాగనిస్ట్గా ప్లే చేయాలన్నది ఇంకా కథ ఇంకా ఫార్మ్ అవ్వకముందే వీ హ్యాడ్ అన్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ అది ఎలా ఉంటుంది అని కూడా ఒకసారి డిస్కస్ చేసుకున్నాం. కమింగ్ టు ద క్యారెక్టర్ ఆఫ్ అమరేంద్ర బాహుబలి, during the story writing days, I was thinking of a weird thought came into my mind. I was contemplating that thought for a very long time. రాముడు కృష్ణుడు ఇద్దరు మనకు దేవుళ్ళు. వాళ్ళిద్దరూ దేవుళ్ళు అన్నది పక్కన పెడితే అఫ్కోర్స్ వాళ్ళు మానవులుగా పుట్టి వాళ్ళ క్యారెక్టర్స్ మూలంగా వాళ్ళు సాధించిన విజయాల మూలంగా వాళ్ళు దేవుళ్ళు అయ్యారు మనకి, మామూలుగా మానవులు. ఐ వాజ్ థింకింగ్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ వాట్ ఇఫ్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ కమర్షియల్ సినిమాల్లో ఒక హీరోలుగా తీసుకుంటే కృష్ణుడికి 16,000 మంది గర్ల్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఉన్నారు, యూనో, అండ్ ఈజ్ అ వెరీ హ్యూమరస్ పర్సన్. అంటే మన రెగ్యులర్ కమర్షియల్ హీరోలకి ఏమైతే లక్షణాలు ఉండాలో అవన్నీ శ్రీకృష్ణుడు కరెక్ట్గా ఉంటాయి. రాముడికి తీసుకుంటే కమర్షియల్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో తీసుకుంటే చాలా బోరింగ్ క్యారెక్టర్. ఒకే అమ్మాయితో తిరుగుతాడు, గట్టిగా మాట్లాడు, ఈజ్ వెరీ సాఫ్ట్ స్పోకెన్, పెద్దోళ్ళు ఏం చెప్తే చెప్పుకుంటూ వెళ్ళిపోతాడు. ఈజ్ నాట్ ఎ రెగ్యులర్ కమర్షియల్ హీరో. బట్ భారతదేశంలో తీసుకుంటే ఒక్క కృష్ణుడి గుడికి 50 రాముడి గుడులు ఉంటాయి. భారతీయులందరికీ కొన్ని వేల సంవత్సరాలుగా కృష్ణుడు ఏమన్నా అంటే తట్టుకుంటారేమో కానీ రాముడిని ఏమన్నా అంటే మాత్రం తట్టుకోలేరు. ఆవేశం పొంగుకొచ్చేస్తుంది, అంత వీరారాధన రాముడు అంటే. సో ఐ వాజ్ థింకింగ్ వై ఈజ్ దాట్? మన కమర్షియల్ స్పేస్లో ఎందుకు అలా అవుతుందని ఆలోచిస్తే దెన్ ఐ థాట్, అంటే అది అవునో కాదు నాకు తెలియదు కానీ నేను అనుకున్నది ఏంటంటే, వాల్మీకి ఆ క్యారెక్టర్స్ రాసినప్పుడు ఒక వేరే మాస్ క్యారెక్టర్ లైక్ హనుమంతుడు, ఇంకో మాస్ క్యారెక్టర్ లైక్ లక్ష్మణుడు, అలాంటి క్యారెక్టర్స్ క్రియేట్ చేసి వాళ్ళు ఈ రాముడి కోసం ప్రాణాలు ఇచ్చేస్తారు. రాముడు అంటే చచ్చిపోతారు, రాముడిని ఏమన్నా అంటే తట్టుకోలేరు. సో డైరెక్ట్ హీరోయిజం కాకుండా అప్లైడ్ హీరోయిజం, చాలా సింపుల్ క్యారెక్టర్, అంటే సింపుల్ కాదు, ఇట్స్ వెరీ వెరీ డిఫికల్ట్ క్యారెక్టర్, బట్ సాఫ్ట్ క్యారెక్టర్ని క్రియేట్ చేసి వాళ్ళ కింద ఒక మాస్ క్యారెక్టర్ని వాళ్ళు దేవుడు అంట మూలంగా మనకి అంత ఆవేశం వచ్చిందని చెప్పి నేను ఒక థీరీ ఫార్ములేట్ చేసుకున్నాను. సో ఐ థాట్ దెన్ దట్ అమరేంద్ర బాహుబలి ఈజ్ గోయింగ్ టు బీ లార్డ్ రామ. రాముడి మీద నా క్యారెక్టర్ ఉండాలి. కట్టప్ప, దేవసేన, శివగామి లాంటి హార్డ్ కోర్ మాస్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ ఈ సాఫ్ట్ క్యారెక్టర్ అమరేంద్ర బాహుబలిని దేవుడు అంటాయి, అతని కోసం ప్రాణాలు ఇచ్చేయడానికి సిద్ధంగా ఉంటాయి. సో ఆ అప్లైడ్ హీరోయిజం క్రియేట్ చేయాలనుకున్నాను. ఐ థింక్ దట్ వర్క్డ్ ఇన్ ఫేవర్. మీరు అమరేంద్ర బాహుబలి చూస్తే చాలా సాఫ్ట్గా ఉంటాడు, ఎప్పుడో ఒకసారి కానీ ఆవేశంగా మాట్లాడు. బట్ ఈరోజు అమరేంద్ర బాహుబలి చనిపోతే మొత్తం థియేటర్లో కంటతడి పట్టిన వాళ్ళు లేరు, అంత ఆరాధనకి గురయ్యాడు. సో దట్ ఈజ్ ఐ థింక్ వాట్ ఐ డిడ్ ఫర్ అమరేంద్ర బాహుబలి ఇన్ దిస్ మూవీ.
And while you're there, please tell us about the diets that you put Prabhas and Rana on. They really bulked up for the role.
Yeah. I didn't put them into any kind of diet, but I just told them how they should look. And they formed their own diets. They have their own dietitians and doctors and physical trainers. But the fun thing, they were on rigorous diet. They were eating for some weeks they would just be on an egg diet. Then they would eat small meals every 2 hours, and it's very difficult to follow, more so because for one schedule he has to look like Amarendra Bahubali, who's beefed up and strong. For other schedule he has to become leaner with lean muscles like Mahendra Bahubali, like Shivudu. That it was difficult for them. And even for Rana, in the first part we showed him in a different kind of bulk, and second part you could see that he's ripped into muscles. Whatever followed their diet is up to them. I didn't put them into any diet, but I would tell a funny incident of Prabhas. Every month, 1 month or so, they will have a cheat meal day. That's a part of the regime, because you are dieting so continuously. When you give them all the carbs and everything that they wish on one day, the body system gets confused, and if the metabolic rate actually increases higher and burns the fat much better. That is the reason. But on that day, you should see the kind of display he has. 10 to 15 kinds of biryani biryanis, just biryanis. Okay, no exaggeration. You don't even know those varieties of biryanis exist. Varieties of fish, varieties of chicken, mutton, and not just curries, fries. I just can't. You can't just imagine the kind of display he has. Yeah, and that day we were playing for volleyball completely until 2 a.m. in the morning. And actually, I was asking his brother-in-law. I asked him. I told him that I don't think I can explain that in English. I said, ఏంటండి ఫుడ్ మీ ఇంట్లో ఎవరన్నా ఏదన్నా చేస్తారు మీ ఇంట్లో భోజనం తిండితో చంపేస్తారండి జనాల్ని you'll kill people with food. And his brother-in-law replied, you are saying I provided all these kinds of food and Prabhas will ask for something that I didn't even think of. That's what he said. So after we played football and 2 a.m. in the morning, Prabhas came down, he took his plate and there are so many varieties of food there. He said, నెయ్యి తొక్కు పచ్చలు లేదా బావా అన్నాడు. And his brother-in-law looked at me and said, చెప్పానండి అని చెప్పి, then at 2 a.m. in the morning, he went home, he woke up his wife, made that chutney, he brought it, and he first ate that, then continued eating. So that is Prabhas for you.
Amazing. So, Anushka, did you go on any special diet for the film?
Sorry?
Did you go on any special diet for the film?
I have gone on lots of diets.
Okay, but not that you want to share here.
No, not right now.
So, Shobhu, jumping over to you, let's talk about the impact of the Bahubali films. Obviously, the first one was a big risk and it was a huge success. And the second one was bound to be big. But were you imagining the kind of scale that number 3 in the world when it opened?
No, no, not really. We knew it will be, I mean, because of the success of the first part, we knew that the second part will be much better in terms of box office numbers and the reception from the general audience. But what we are seeing now is phenomenal. I don't think anybody could be prepared for this kind of stuff. It's phenomenal. Yeah.
So, staying with you, Shobhu, the first one obviously did make a big impact, but the second one, it has, at least in India, it's become a pan-Indian cinema. It is not just a Telugu film or a South Indian film. It has worked completely across India, in all parts of India, and in the world as well. Why do you think that's happened? Is it because of this?
I think it is the nature of the canvas on which it is mounted, which is a pan-India canvas, which appeals to, basically it's like a large comic book, which we all grew up on, and it's something that appeals to it's not something rooted in Telugu or Andhra, or it's rooted in Indianness. So I think that's one of the things, and also the other is the emotions. The emotions are universal. So I think that's the reason it's worked across.
Okay, over to you. Questions? The gentleman with the glasses right here. Wait for the mic before asking your questions, please.
Before questions, can everybody wake up and give a standing ovation to Rajamouli?
Sir, first of all, thank you very much. It's an honor. Sir, whole team, take a bow. Thank you very much. Sir, I've been watching this Bahubali Part 1 in YouTube and in TV, in screens as well. I've watched many times. I watched in, a small screen and a big screen in YouTube. I watched it in pause as well, without any sound, without any noise. Even watching this movie, this is the second time I'm watching this. the few scenes where, Tappu Chesavu Devasena, Narkosin Cheyi Kadu Tala there, and then, where Rami Krishna comes and catches the feet for Devasena, and Katappa killing Bahubali. So there are so many sequences which we can't even forget about those for the entire life. So my question is, sir, even Keeravani garu, how important is this background score? When these scenes are coming up, this is something that you are taking us to some other different place. So that background score, how did you work on it, and how do you do that? I just want to find out that, that background music the songs are good, the songs are beautiful, out of the world, but this background score, I don't know how you created it. Can you just give us some little bit of something about it?
Keeravani garu. The lady in the front after this.
No, okay, let him answer the question first, please.
Yeah.
To explain about how we compose a background score is a very difficult question, because it's like a chemical process. But let me try to answer the question. When in this part 2, when Shivagami orders Kattappa, you must kill Bahubali. It is mandatory, you should kill Bahubali. That's a very emotional point, it's a zenith point, where it's packed with emotion and shock value, where you expect some kind of background score there. And you must have observed it's completely silence there. It's dead silence, no music at all, no instrument playing, no music at all. Just the rumbling of the fire lit everywhere in the room, and maybe a breathing sound. There are 3-4 people in the room. So when it's completely packed with emotion, why not give music there? Because some situations, they go beyond any music. Music is nothing but it motivates you to emote to an extent in a particular way. This went beyond. In Kattappa's mind, this is killing Bahubali. He can never imagine, cannot dream about it. So it's beyond his comprehension or perception. Like when you cut your hand with a blade, initially you won't feel any pain. Then later, tomorrow or day after an hour, you feel the pain. It's like that. Completely, it becomes numb. So that's the reason why we didn't give music there. That's okay. And when it comes to how and when we have to give music to a particular scene, how you should give it. Sometimes the dialogues tell the story, the actions, the facial expressions, they tell the story. But some things are inside the heart. When I tell something, there are things that I cannot tell, that I'm planning to tell you later, after some time, or I am never planning to tell you. I want to keep them forever in my heart. But still, the feeling is existing here. For the director to convey this artist's feeling to the audience, that he is hiding something and he's not showing it, that doesn't mean he is not having any feelings. That is interpreted, that is translated via music. That's the major part music plays. Music's basic role is to showcase the feelings, hidden feelings, which are not shown directly through actions or dialogues or facial expressions. I think I succeeded a little bit to convince you about the importance of the background score.
Thank you.
థ్యాంక్స్ అండి మీరందరూ ఇక్కడికి వచ్చినందుకు. అండ్ నా క్వశ్చన్ వచ్చి రాజమౌళి గారికి, నాకు ఒక చిన్న డౌట్ అండి. మూవీలో కట్టప్ప బాహుబలిని ఎందుకు చంపాడు అనేది మెయిన్ ఈ సినిమాకి. అండ్ తను అనుష్కని వదిలేసి వస్తారు కదా, అక్కడ కాలకేయులు ఎందుకు వచ్చారు, ఎలా వచ్చారు, కొంచెం నాకు అర్థం కాలేదు. ఐ డోంట్ నో ఆ రీజన్ ఏంటి, దాని బిహైండ్ సీను, ఐ డోంట్ నో, ఐ కాంట్ అండర్స్టాండ్. కొంచెం చెప్తారా?
Yeah. No, actually,
అంటే నేను 2 సార్లు చూసాను, నాకు 2 సార్లు అర్థం కాలేదండి.
I got it. Yeah, it's basically Rana వాళ్ళతో చేతులు కలిపినట్టు. You can sit, please. Yeah, the original plan was to poison Shivgami's mind and get Bahubali hanged. They managed to convince Shivgami to kill Bahubali, but she says killing Bahubali directly will lead to a civil war. People will revolt, and it should be a secret and silent death.
బిహైండ్ సీన్ మనం అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి.
No. That is what's there in the film. You already seen it.
Okay.
So that she orders Kattappa, she gets Kattappa ordered, but Bijaldeva has doubts, his own doubts, whether Kattappa will carry the task or not. So to have a backup plan, no, they tie the hand, they get Kalkiyas on board, but finally Balal Deva says that I unnecessarily doubted you. They were not needed actually.
ఓకే, రాణా వచ్చి కాలకేయులతో కలుస్తాడు. అది కంక్లూషన్. దట్స్ రియలీ గుడ్ అండి, థ్యాంక్స్ అండి.
The gentleman at the back, followed by the lady on this side.
Sir, 1 second. I got a gift for Rajamouli garu. Can I give it to him? A T-shirt.
Give it to the security guard,
I'll just
please.
pass it here. Okay. Thank you.
Gentleman over there, followed by the lady at the back who's standing up.
హలో అండి, నా పేరు సత్య అండి. రాజమౌళి గారు, ఈ క్వశ్చన్ మీకండి. మేము ఫస్ట్ పార్ట్ సెకండ్ పార్ట్ కంపేర్ చేసుకుంటే సీన్స్ అన్ని చూస్తే ఐ మీన్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ కలిపారండి మీరు. ఆఖరికి ఆ శివలింగం తెచ్చి అక్కడ పెట్టాక అది కూడా చూపించారు, అది కూడా వదలలేదు మీరు. చిన్న ఎలిమెంట్ కూడా కవర్ చేశారు, అంతా కవర్ చేశారు. నేను 3వ సారి చూస్తున్నానండి ఈ సినిమా. ప్రీమియర్ చూశాను, నిన్న చూశాను, ఈరోజు చూస్తున్నానండి మళ్ళీ. ఒకటే డౌట్ అండి, ఫస్ట్ పార్ట్లో మీరు సుదీప్ వచ్చి కట్టప్పకి ఆఫర్ చేస్తాడు కదా, జస్ట్ లెట్ మీ నో ఇఫ్ యూ నీడ్ సమ్ హెల్ప్ ఇది అన్నప్పుడు, అంత పెద్ద క్యారెక్టర్ని పార్ట్ 2లో మేము ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నామండి. ఎప్పుడైతే శివుడు అంటాడు మన దగ్గర సైనికులు తక్కువ ఉన్నారు అన్నప్పుడు మేము ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం సుదీప్ విల్ జంప్ ఇన్ ఫ్రమ్ సమ్వేర్ ఇది అదని అనుకున్నాం. కానీ అసలు సుదీప్ని ఎక్కడ కవర్ చేయలేదు సార్ మీరు. కంక్లూజన్ అనే సార్, ఇంకా పార్ట్ 3 ఉండదు.
Originally there was actually no need of having Aslam Khan's character in the first place, but I just thought it would be nice to have him to introduce Kattappa's character, to tell about Kattappa's character. Aslam Khan character create chesam. Actually there is no need of the character, and at the time I didn't know, I was still contemplating whether to bring him into the final war or not. So I just put the dialogue in as an extension. If he comes, I should have a lead or something like that. That's the reason I put it. I shouldn't have put it actually. And when we came to the second part, the war itself, what we had itself was so long. And if I bring in the Aslam Khan character, I just can't bring him in like that for a moment. He should have something to do with the war, and that would extend the war even more. And the length of the film will be keep on going. So it's a difficult decision to make, but we had to make and take him out. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So the lady at the back, followed by the gentleman in the middle.
First of all, congratulations, Andy, for the Bahubali team for making such a great movie for us. We love you, Anushka. మీ బాహుబలి ఇంపాక్ట్ ఎంత బాగుందంటే, మా పిల్లలు ఇక్కడ పెరిగారండి, వాళ్ళకి తెలుగు ఫిలిమ్స్ ఎక్కువ తెలీదు. సో మా బాబు వచ్చి ఇప్పుడు జస్ట్ అబౌట్ 12 years ago. సో ఫస్ట్ పార్ట్ చూడగానే ఎండింగ్ చూసేసి నా మొహం చూశాడు. ఏమైంది అంటే మూవీ ఎండ్ అయింది అన్నాను. వాట్ నో అన్నాడు. సో నెక్స్ట్ మూమెంట్ నుండి స్టార్టెడ్ లుకింగ్ ఫర్ బాహుబలి 2. ఏదైనా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ దొరుకుతుందా, ఎక్కడైనా దొరుకుతుందా అని స్టార్టెడ్ లుకింగ్. హీ వెయిటెడ్ 2 years. అండ్ తర్వాత ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చింది, కిడ్స్ చూడకూడదు అని. బట్ సమ్వేర్ హీ గాట్ ఏ ప్లేస్. సో నిన్న వెళ్ళి చూశాడు మూవీ. ఇంటికి రాగానే లేట్ నైట్ అయిపోయింది. సో డిన్నర్ ప్రిపేర్ చేశాను. He was not talking to me. He was not even enjoying the food. I said, what happened? I said, I'm still feeling for Bahubali, Mummy. I'm still in Bahubali world. I felt like crying when Bahubali died. So you rightly said Bahubali చచ్చిపోయినప్పుడు అందరూ ఏడ్చినారని మా బాబు కూడా ఫీలింగ్ వచ్చిందండి. అండ్ హీ సెడ్ ఐ ఫెల్ లైక్ కిల్లింగ్ బల్లదేవా. అండ్ మై క్వశ్చన్ ఈస్ యాక్చువల్లీ నాట్ మై క్వశ్చన్, మై సన్స్ క్వశ్చన్. He said, what is Rajamouli sir's next movie? I said, I heard him saying Mahabharat. And he said, oh my God, if he starts making Mahabharat now, when will he release the movie? So it might be like my children will go and watch it. So my next movie Mahabharata ani ma question andi. But we really hope meer Mahabharat cheyalani. But ఒక్కసారి న్యూస్
let's keep it short, we are running out of time.
So
మహాభారతం చేయాలనుందండి, బట్ అట్ ప్రెసెంట్ ఐ కాంట్ స్టార్ట్ ఇట్. ఇట్ విల్ బి అట్లీస్ట్ some 10 years before I can start it. Not before you see it, before I start it.
Okay, I think we have time for one last question from the gentleman in the middle over here.
Thank you, sir.
Short and sweet question, please.
All right, very short and sweet. So I've been tweeting you for ages to get a reply, but thank you for making Bahubali. It's been an amazing experience watching in the cinema hall. Basically, I want to ask you, can I have a photograph taken of you guys? Because this moment will never happen again in my life. Please.
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
He wants a picture with you.
Okay. I would like to stay a little bit longer and give the pictures, but it's all up to the security at the BFI. If they allow, I don't have any objection.